Drink up. Let's boo-boo.
Just 5 friends on a night out, having a good time.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar.
Hello, whiskey lovers. Okay, so we're back on the crawl, and this week we're trying an Australian whiskey, Ned, named after the infamous Ned Kelly. There's his picture on the bottle. If you don't recognise it, it's probably because you're more used to seeing him with his armour on. He was our armoured bush ranger. Okay, so the Ned distillery is in Melbourne, Victoria. It's owned by Top Shelf International. It's relatively new, I believe. I've only really seen it in the local bottle-os in the last year. However, they did win an award in 2021, so they have been out for a couple of years, and they're probably just now starting to get enough stock out to be popular. The website says that they weren't trying to emulate any other whiskey in the world, but create something that was unique and bold and typically Australian. It's a sour mash whiskey. So a sour mash whiskey is kind of like a sourdough starter. You take some of the whiskey yeast and mash out, ferment that separate, add it back into the distillery distillation process. Not all whiskies are sour mash, but it's relatively common. On the bottle, there is a QR code that I was trying to play around to show you. It takes you to a virtual tasting room, some fun notes, and I will add that to the end of this video. I'm having technical difficulties doing it while I was recording, so leave that thing. So let's give it a go. So much like last week's really delicious whiskey that I shared with Josh, this is also a screw top, and I hope this is not a sign of things to come. Just like wine, everything's going to screw top and away from the humble cork. Oh well, is what it is. So again, no satisfying pop. Okay, so we have a nice golden colour. Oh, and I forgot to mention these have been matured in American oak. So, give it a swirl. Okay, it's got a lot of spice in the first sniff. Very overpowering spice in that first sniff. Ooh, a bit of a woody scent to it, probably the oak influences. Okay, I'm starting to pick up some fruits. Some bit of vanilla. Cloves. Caramel toffee sort of scent. Okay. Okay, it's kind of creamy. Bit of spice. Definitely got the caramel taste there. sweet. So yeah, creamy, caramelly, sweet, hint of vanilla, maybe a bit of underpinning of oak. Yeah, it's relatively simple. It's not an overly complex whiskey, but I can certainly see the draw in it. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so alright, so I'm going to play around and try to get into that virtual tasting room just to show you guys, and then until next week, Sante.